Should we do it again?
No. Keep going. Okay. I'm hungry.
Not Midwestern.
And delightfully.
Yeah, cue the confetti, cue the cannons, cue the YouTube sound of the kids saying. There'll be books of all of these books.
Oh.
It's August. Can you feel the heat?
It's hot.
You can't say that. It's hot. It's hot. It's so hot. And we just finished probably one of our best reading months of the year so far. Mm-hmm. So August is feeling a little bit like daunting, right?
Don't know.
Yeah.
Don't know.
We both start teaching again, so we're anxious to see what we can get through, but we're here to share our August TBR with you. We are Shelf Possessed.
I'm David.
And I'm Craig. And welcome back to our channel. We're so glad that you came back, that you're here for another video. Before we get into the meat and potatoes of the video, if you wouldn't mind commenting below and just saying hello, and then liking the video, and then subscribing or sharing with friends and family or people that you think might like kind of what we are doing here. Mm-hmm. So we look forward to that, and we look forward to hearing from you as we kind of get further into this journey. Mm-hmm. If you've been to our channel, you've seen our July wrap-up in 2 parts, and now we're going to share our August TBR with you, which also means we have our surprise TBR books. As it is back to school, rather than wrapping them, we have put them in book bags, and we're going to trade book bags this month. So we'll do those at the end. So we're going to kind of go back and forth, talk about our books that we're planning to read for August, give you a little bit of background on them, and then we'll get into our surprise books. Mm-hmm. Right?
Right.
If you watch, I think, our book haul video, I think we talked about this book. It's Goblin by Josh Malerman. It is a novel that is done in 6 novellas. So there's a linking story at the front and the end, and then there's 6 novellas in between that kind of all take place in this one town of Goblin. And I would have bought this book without the description, just on the cover alone.
Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of bad, but I would have definitely bought this just on the cover. It's a great cover. The books are all different stories. They're all set with different people. He does give you a bunch of different descriptions here. There's A Man in Slices, a story called Camp, a story called Happy Birthday Hunter, a story called Presto, and a Mix-Up at the Zoo, and The Hedges. I have not read Bird Box. I've seen Bird Box. I've not read it. And I'm anxious to read a couple of those other things too. But this is my first foray into Josh Malerman. So Goblin is my first.
My first is The Vegetarian by Han Kang. This was recommended to me by one of my close friends from middle school. We've been friends since middle school. And he knew that we were doing this channel, and he kind of reached out and said, hey, I think you would really like this book, that this may be something that only you would like. Maybe not Craig, but you would like. So I immediately got it, and it sounds very interesting. A lot of people have reached out and said a lot of... Well, there's been a lot of mixed feelings about this book. So it's about 50-50 with the people that reached out to me, that a lot of them really, really enjoyed it and thought it was really provocative and interesting. And others just thought it was really like not for them. They didn't expect it to be, I guess, what they thought it was going to be. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, so that's The Vegetarian.
Why is it that you always pick these short, tiny books and I always pick these huge ones? I know. I hate it.
I like to keep it quick.
I think you also... My next one is... You also saw this in our book haul video. It's The Winter People by Jennifer McMahon. I've heard so many people talking about a lot of her books, and we happen to own 3 of them. And I was like, I guess it's probably time to dive in. Also, it is August, and I am dreaming about it being cold. So I'm going to hope that this brings the cold into our home. It takes place in Vermont. In a town full of legends. There's lots of rumors, and someone finds a diary hidden beneath the floorboards, and then some things start to happen. So I'm really excited to read this. I've heard such good things, and I love scary, creepy, East Coast, small town vibes, so I'm super excited to read this one. Yeah.
Okay. My next book is A.M. Holmes' The Safety of Objects. I wanted to get back into reading short story collections, and this was the first one that kind of spoke to me. So I've read the first two, and delightfully surprised by the first two stories in this book. There's a book in this every time. I remember growing up, my mom said, if somebody kidnapped you, they would bring you back. The second book in this has a lot to do with
that. Would happen today.
That would happen today. Like anybody kidnapped me, they immediately say, you get the hell out of my car. So I got that. It's just a collection of short stories, and I've never read A.M. Holmes before, so I'm kind of excited to jump in. And the first two stories have been really fun to read. So, yeah.
And then, again, you can watch the movie.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah. And your favorite, Glenn Close.
And also a very small book.
As he says that, I'm just going to give you a little peek at the side of this next one that I'm doing. This is my main book. So I'm going to give myself some grace this month. And I'm reading this one first. I'm starting this one tomorrow. If this takes me all month, it takes me all month. And that's fine. I'm fine with that. It is over 500 pages. Yeah, 515 pages. It is The Book of Accidents by Chuck Wendig. I've, again, heard great things about this. It's a haunted house story. I love haunted house stories. Some people are kind of comparing it to House of Leaves, which I started last summer but could not finish because I could not figure out how to read that freaking book. We still have it, and I still want to read it, but I'm excited because I love the cover, and I've heard tremendous things about it. What is it? It says a masterpiece of literary horror. So you sold me there, first of all. It takes place in an old country house, so that's all I need, right? Quite long, though, but I'm excited to kind of get into this one, and I think if I like it, someone else will probably like it, hopefully.
Maybe.
Yeah.
My next book, I am going down a Southern writers kind of route right now. So my next one, my final book of the month will be Lee Smith's Oral History. I just started this morning, and I'm enjoying it so far. But I like books that deal with family and family histories and just generations of family and how complicated and effed up maybe they are. So I was recommended this book. So I'm going to tackle that towards the end of the month. So yeah.
Nice.
Lee Smith.
I have one more, but it's not here because it doesn't come out until the middle of August. If you have heard of Mona Awad, you might know of Bunny. Bunny is a book that I read, 2 years ago? I think maybe a year. Yeah, 2 years ago, and it was insane. Like, that book was crazy. I enjoyed it, but it was weird. But she has a new book coming out called All's Well, and I'll put the cover right here. And from the cover alone, it's a drama mask made up of all pills. And I was like, okay. And then I read the description, and it's about an actress who now teaches because she was in some sort of accident and deals with crippling pain all the time. And she has some rebellious students who are trying to... She's doing one production with them, and they want to do something else, and so she's trying to get even with them, I think. It's kind of like a revenge thriller horror thing. So my last book of the month, and I think it comes out on the 14th of August, is All's Well by Mona Awad. So I'm excited to read that one. And I think he did not read Bunny. We still have it, but you haven't read it. I'll be curious to see if you want to read All's Well after I'm finished with it. So... yeah, so those are our personal picks for our August TBR. The time has come, the walrus said. It's time for our surprise TBR. You just heard it. As we said at the beginning of the video, we're slightly changing it up a little bit. We are sending our book bags to each other because it is back to school time, and we are both teachers. So we're going to exchange book bags. And then we will open up and see what our surprise TBR picks are. You ready? All right. There's mine. Give me yours.
Do I open mine first?
Who's going first?
I'll go first.
Okay.
Okay. Which one is...
It's in the main one.
Okay.
It's in the main one.
This one?
Mm-hmm. There's only one book in there, I think. Probably a lot of random stuff, but only one book.
What is that?
That's a journal,
oh.
not a book.
Okay.
Ready?
Okay. We are okay.
We are. By Nina LaCour.
Nina LaCour. What is this?
It is I believe it's a YA book, and it is about depression and overcoming that, and yeah, read the back and read it out loud and see.
Okay, you go through life thinking there's so much you need until you leave with only your phone, your wallet, and a picture of your mother. I'll stop there.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I believe it takes place, I could be wrong, on another planet, but I can't remember.
Okay.
The reason I picked this, and this is a little bit of a tease for you guys too, we are doing a special video, a special book recommendation video in August as well, where we are recommending books related to some of our favorite songs, and this is one of my recommendations, so I thought it would be good to give it to you.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Again, he gets the short books.
Well, I went easy on you this month.
Okay, good.
So,
well, I already have 4, so.
All right.
My turn?
Thank you very much.
Main one or?
Yeah, it's in the middle one.
Middle one, okay. Well, the funny thing is, I've already read this, or started it. I haven't finished it, but he gave me She Begat This, which is 20 years of the miseducation of Lauryn Hill. Also, pretty relevant, given what we're going to do in August. We're on the same page, even. And last month, we kind of gave each other light suggestions of what we might want. Not the book titles, but like the type of books. This month, didn't do that at all.
No.
We just both picked books that are going to deal with that video in August. So
Joan Morgan is a fantastic writer.
The funny thing about this book is the reason I started it is when the pandemic first started, I reached out to a few friends and I said, hey, I want to do these listening parties via Facebook Messenger. So we would all queue up the album. We'd all have Messenger open, and we'd hit play at the same time, and we'd be listening to the album, and we'd be chatting about the songs. And one of the albums we listened to was The Miseducation of Lauryn Hill. And while we were listening, I pulled this out, and I was, taking pictures of passages and showing my friends kind of some stuff from this book. So I freaking love this album so much. It's so good.
It's in my top 3.
Yeah. Weirdly, it's not on my list for the August video, but I can only pick 10 songs. So if I picked 11, it'll be on there. So I'm excited to read this.
Good.
Thank you.
Good.
Thank
You're
you
going to love it.
Yeah, I'm excited.
I guarantee it.
So let's do a little bit of a review. You want to go over all your books first?
Yeah. So you're going to make me read We Are Okay, followed by The Vegetarian, The Safety of Objects, and then we're going to end the month with Lee Smith's Oral History.
My first is the one that David gave me, which is She Begat This, 20 Years of the Miseducation of Lauryn Hill by Joan Morgan.
So good.
And then Goblin by Josh Malerman. And The Winter People by Jennifer McMahon. And the very last one, not the very last one, All's Well by Mona Awad, and The Book of Accidents by Chuck Wendig. So we kind of, I told myself I was going to go easy on myself, but man, I have got 5 books to read now.
Yeah, I only have 4, and they're very, very
short.
Small. Well, except for oral history, but...
Look at that versus that. Now, granted, mine are all hardback, and his are paperback, but I have a lot to read. I don't know. Ugh.
What would be funny is if we just switched.
Yeah.
And I had to read all that.
Yeah.
You had to read all these.
We are... I will have some time in the next week to really like just focus on this because I'll have some long periods of time where I can just sit down and read, which will be nice. And the other two, other three, I can give myself some time with.
Yeah,
so.
and I have the next couple of weeks off, so I'm going to get through these pretty fast. And I think I can take my time. Actually, I should take my time this time.
That's 9 books total, right? 9 books for August. And then we will hopefully be back at the end of August to report back. Hopefully, cross your fingers. Send all the good juju our way that you can, that we'll finish these books. And then we'll report back on those.
We're also getting a lot of new subscribers, especially in the past couple of weeks. So we want to thank you if you're new to our channel. If you subscribe, thank you so much. And then we decided if we hit 300 subscribers, we will do a Q&A where you will get to ask us questions.
Anything you want.
Well, maybe.
Yeah, well,
maybe anything.
Within reason, I suppose.
Yeah.
We're very close. We're getting there. So we want to kind of, do something for you as well. So if we can help and answer any questions you may have about us, what we read, our life together, we'd love to do that. And so once we get there, we'll do that video. We also have the book recommendations coming up in August. That'll be 10 of our favorite songs paired with a book that goes with each of those songs. So we'll hopefully give you some new recommendations and some new books to read with that as well. And new music to listen to. If you haven't, as I said at the beginning, go ahead and like the video, subscribe, comment below, share the video if you can. Engage with us in the comments. We'd love to hear from you. Check out our Instagram.
At @shelf_possess.
There will be pictures of all of these books going up in the first few weeks of August, so you can kind of see what they're about. We'll also put links in the description below if you would like to buy a copy of these books or check them out online, and then you can see all of those down there. So, are you excited to read all these books?
I think we're better off this month than last month.
Yeah, I think we kind of overdid ourselves a little bit last month.
Yeah, I think this is actually, well, maybe not for you, but for me, this is completely doable.
The thing I will say is that the Goblin book is novella, so I don't feel like I have to read that like in one setting. I can read one novella, put it down, and then go back to something else. So, yeah. Well, we're super excited that you came back. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for watching the video, and we will see you very soon.
Bye.
Bye.